Hello everyone, welcome to Explore ORZ. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys have an amazing day today. So today we are going to share about the top 10 most dangerous places in London that you guys don't know and probably know. So let's check it out. Is London bad? How deadly is London? Is London a secure place to tour? These are common issues that anyone attending London for the first time might become. You want to stop by London as a traveler. Many records of street crime spread in the media can make you seem like London is threatening. While there are many protected zones in London, there are also some extra critical places where you could get yourself at greater risk of being a martyr of corruption. It's a great idea to do some study in any country or city that you intend to attend, so you can acquaint yourself before you come. If your goal comes in our list of the most deadly places in London, these are areas that we recommend you take due consideration of and live aware of your surroundings to block you from falling victim to offenders. It may look that it is best to evade these areas, but this is not the problem. Hopefully, you can learn how to avoid any problems when you visit or stay. Number 10 is Hackney. Hackney is a central London area that consists of North London and East London. According to research by the University of Westminster, Hackney has recorded the second most deadly place in London. The special rate of corruption in this London area has observed a continuous decline, but positively, there will be minor crimes after a total of 33,381 violations in the last year. The main violations are burglary and approach, which makes this London district threatening. The drop may well be due to the increasing demand of Hoxton and shortage for stylish hipsters and partygoers. Number 9 is Croydon. Croydon, like the largest London districts, is risky due to gang-related obstacles. Teen destruction with record-high knife crimes is the main obstacle in Croydon. There were 33,410 recorded crimes in the entirety of 2018. It was rated among the worst areas in London of blade violations. Like the other states in this list, Croydon has a reasonable percentage of absorbing something to do and see. Croydon is a deadly area in London. But if you take care of yourself, you will be fine when attending this historic district. Number 8 is Brent. Attack as the gun corruption city of the UK, Brent Place in the northwest of central London. Church End and Stonebridge in Brent is Yardie gang turf, joining Brent among the more critical areas in London. Violations recorded in 2018 were 33,446, and 11,374 incidents of these were extreme violations, putting Brent in this list of most deadly regions of London. While the current stats view Brent as one of the most dangerous boroughs in London and some famous places can be seen there. If you are attending these areas, the travel guide is direct, and you shouldn't be too serious about being a sufferer of negligence. Number 7 is Haringey. Haringey is a neighbourhood in North London that prevails between Outer London and Inner London. The gangs in this London section are the character of what makes it so deadly. As an issue of cipher wars, crowds in Wood Green and Tottenham have remained at odds for many years. In 2014, Haringey was known as the knife crime city of London. It collected 33,476 violations in the former year, with the huge majority perpetrated by teenagers. But this doesn't give it the most dangerous borough in London, but it is surely one to be careful of when touring. Possibly it being one of the lower areas in London describes the violent corruption in the areas. Number 6 is Tower Hamlets. The combination of Bethnal Green, Stepney, and Poplar in 1965 created the London borough of Tower Hamlets. This London area has increasingly grown into one of the riskiest areas in the city. With a living knife crime problem everywhere in London, Tower Hamlets had knife violations recorded at a disturbing frequency. There were 11,512 murderous violations recorded from November 2017 to November 2018, and there was 35,829 violence in the region. Brutal offenses involve death, common assault, and sexual harassment. From the regular air of Canary Wharf, the style industry of Shoreditch, and to the rich but weird story of Whitechapel, many areas are well deserving of touring on your visit. As with any populated city, criminals are working, as are robbers and muggers, so maintain an eye on your properties. Number 5 is Lambeth. Lambeth is unique to other deadly regions in London. The center of the high crimes in this London borough is on the list with what you have started to imagine. Met Police statistics paint an image of how terrible the district of Lambeth can happen. Brixton is a range in Lambeth held for nearly a third of the borough's total offence, with the renewed results reporting to gang activity. Furthermore, Lambeth was once responsible for the tremendous number of drug territory cases between the London boroughs. With a result of 37,976 violations recorded in the past year, you would do great to evade attempting to be immersed into the area, except guided by a neighbourhood that you trust. Number 4 is Southwark. Southwark is placed south of the River Thames and is a nearby community of Lambeth. The leading area is home to the Globe Theatre, Shard, the Tate Modern, and the Imperial War Museum. However, many are careless of how risky this London city is. There were equal 38,559 violations reported in Southwark according to statistics from 2018, causing the borough to be one of the most deadly regions in London. With centres like Bermondsey, Peckham, Camberwell, that house low-income households on narrow, run-down housing properties, this is a different city where gang history is deep-rooted. As these cities are close to one of Europe's largest market epicenters, the appeal for small-time offenders is usually too much to maintain. West Bermondsey and London Bridge recognized 355 crimes only in February 2019. Number 3 is Camden. The area of Camden reaches from central London away to the northeast. It is famous for its hipster, artistic history, and energetic mix of lifestyles in the city. A few would think of Camden as one of the few surviving areas that genuinely describe London City and its various populace. Visit for many purposes, from its inclusion of alternative history to the many famous feeling venues. With the many positives, data implies that Camden is the third most dangerous place in London. Total of crimes 38,944 attacks in 2018, with theft holding. This area is typically safe except for petty offenses such as mugging and pickpocketing. It is hard to pinpoint specific reasons or explanations for the crime, but the objective opinions would be the high cost of visitor-based traffic, going for an easy victim. Try to stay conscious of your surroundings, be careful of alleyways and maintain an eye on your properties. This should encourage you to stay safe. Number 2 is Newham. Modeled originally from two Essex County regions named East Ham and West Ham, Newham is the place to the Olympic Park, the London Stadium. The East End of London is infamous for its relations to the illegal environment, which people still view as one of the most dangerous sections of the town. Due to the appeal of the area and the massive amount of property since London treated the Olympics, rich high-rise homes are just a stone's throw apart from missed housing properties. This area of London bears a stark distinction, from an air of affluence to evident lack of investment and poverty. The more poor borough is the place for working-class households, low income, with the display of gang lifestyle and illegal money, following an opportunistic and usually violent offense. Number 1 is Westminster. Westminster is one of the best tourist stops in London. We speak about the area that houses Big Ben, West End, Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace, Palace of Westminster, Oxford Street, and Westminster Cathedral. However, London's beating centre is one of the strictest areas of London when it happens to negligence. Westminster has reached the list of most deadly places in London for 2 following years. As listed by the Metropolitan Police, Westminster was the most critical borough in London from June 2017 to June 2018. During that period, almost 14,351 incidents of violence were set down. Sadly, this aim has continued throughout 2019. The cause for the high violations in this appropriate area of London is hard to determine. Visitors and city operators show an unsafe mark for muggers and pickpockets in Westminster, with 37,315 of the 66,438 crimes reported as thefts. Thanks for watching our video. If you like our video, remember to help us like and share. If you have yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, remember to click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, so you will be able to receive the notification when we launch a new video. See you in our next video.